Okay, here I'm going to provide you with a very brief history on the cannabis plant. Also give you some resources where you can kind of see a little bit more of the timeline or lineage for this particular crop. So first off, cannabis, hemp in particular, was used about 6,000 to 7,000 years ago. Archaeologists found hemp fabrics in northern China that date back to as much as 7,000 years ago. An interesting note, though, is that evidence of hemp clothing only dates back about 2,000 years ago. So this difference in time supports the idea that the main use of the plants may have been their psychoactive compounds and not necessarily their textures or their fibers. Either the properties were likely used in either a medical standpoint or in a ritual. And again, at the bottom in some of the slides, I have some links for some further information. Did ancient people use cannabis? Well, the odds are very strong that yes, they actually did. A 2,500-year-old stash of 13 whole marijuana plants were unearthed in an ancient tomb in northwest China. You see here, very clearly, distinctly seen. The tomb where scientists found the cannabis plants, you can kind of see the different layers, how they different organize things. There's a close-up of the shroud, a line drawing of the contents, and ultimately the bottom layer here. So you can see this shows kind of the shroud and close-up view here. So again, very interesting that it dates back that far. To kind of give you that overview, MCR Labs has published a history of cannabis use, and there's this excellent Google Doc link here to one of their sheets. Realize this is a publicly viewable Google-based sheet that covers many major events worldwide from a Massachusetts-based lab. In more recent history, details provided that includes the day of the particular topic that's presented. Links of sources, articles are provided for each event. So this is an excellent resource, so I invite you to go take a look at that so you can brush up and see some of the extensive history of the cannabis use. Now, mentioning the history, it'd be remiss of me to not mention the Emerald Triangle, which is a region in Northern California. It's one of the largest cannabis-producing regions in the United States. It's made up of 3 counties, Humboldt, Mendocino, and Trinity Counties up here in Northern California. Cultivation started in the 1960s. It became exponentially larger with the passage of the California Proposition 215 back in 1996, which legalized the use of cannabis for medicinal purposes in California. What makes this region in part so prolific was its growing season matches or supports outdoor growing of cannabis very well. Very long season, near the ocean. This also helps these counties become established as major cannabis producers. Fast forward to the Farm Bill of 2018, where Congress federally legalized hemp, which is defined as less than 0.3% THC, with the December 12th passage of the 2018 Farm Bill. What does this translate to? Well, the Farm Bill removes hemp from the Controlled Substances Act and allows farmers to pursue federal hemp cultivation permits, while individual states can regulate the industry within their borders as they see fit. This is seen as a major victory at moving this forward and allowing an expanded grow of this. So what some are saying about the Farm Bill, it's absolutely world history. What Congress did is going to change the future for the industry and the world. What makes this so historic is that back in 1937, there was a drafted bill that was implemented that basically made hemp cultivation illegal. Now it's exciting in 2018 and beyond. It's exciting to finally have defined rules governing the sale of CBD products in the United States. And now with hemp set to be treated as an agricultural product, the U.S. FDA or state departments of agriculture will provide oversight of the plant's cultivation. So this now allows this potentially to take off even more than it has already, and allows states and the federal government to be able to regulate it and treat it in a manner that will allow people to grow it, to allow continued scientific research on this plant.